Hello, Ella. How are you? Remind me where you're tuning in from and your age, please. I know you're a girl, so that part is taken care of. Let me see. I can't see any picture, but I guess Ella is. Hello, Mark. Ah, Romania, yes. Hello, Aso. Hello, Ra. Good to see you here after so long. Mark is asking for David. David is sleeping, or he's probably lassoing few horses to get back to his computer. You know, Texas horses. Lord Simon, my best motivation guide, he says. Well, thank you for the kind word. Aso, I missed you, Mehran. Well, we missed you too, Aso. Where have you been hiding? How are things going for you? Daniela says hello. Hello, dear. Ella wants to know what I'm drinking. Well, I thought, you know, what do you think? Could be anything, no? What are your guess, guys? What do you think I'm drinking? What do you think I'm drinking? Let me know, because I have a problem figuring it out myself. Barto says, I'm going to drink a tea with you today. Well, great. Let's do that. What do you guys think about having a meditation session in one of these days? When we have enough people online, when we hit 50 people, I'll do a guided meditation for you guys. So we have a goal to meet 50 people online at the same time on a live talk from all around the world. Then we will have a meditation, guided meditation. Ella says white tea. Very close. White tea actually does have the same color as what I'm drinking here. You know your tea. And Mark says, great idea, meditation. Okay, good. That's one vote. Jack says, hello, Mehran. I'm drinking coffee. Ah, you coffee drinker, you. The meditation sounds great. That's 2 votes. Sanya says, hello from India. You're great. Stay blessed and keep guiding us. My pleasure. My pleasure. Nothing gives me more joy to be of any positive influence for people's lives, and I appreciate the kind word. Aso says ginger. Again, that's the right color, but no, that's not the tea I'm drinking. There he goes. David is here. Dallas, age 23, male. All right. I guess you lassoed the horses and were able to ride them to come home to your computer finally, because you are actually not even in the top 5. What's going on with you? Are you slipping? Aso says, Mehran, how to deal with narcissist people. Stay away from them. Stay away. It's like saying, how to deal with dog shit. Well, just don't go near it. Simple. A dog with rabies. Well, don't go near it. Mark says, I have no question today, Mehran, so you must be doing a good job. Ah, yes, that's wonderful. Good to hear that. David says, oh yes, the 23-year-old cowboy is getting old and slow. Yeah. Yeah, Slinger. What happened to all that training? Sanya says, Indians like listening to you. But it's 1 a.m., so most of them are sleeping. Yes, I know, Sanya. I'm actually... I gotta get a little bit... I gotta change my timing for the talks. But the thing is, there's 12, 13 hours difference between Vancouver time and India. And all around India is the same time zone. That's interesting, even though India is a big country. And then with Europe, I have only 8 or 9 hours difference. So this all work out. If I, let's say, start at 10 o'clock in the morning, it'll be like 6 or 7 o'clock at night in Europe. Some people would be having dinner, some people would be ready, but it'd work. And still 10 o'clock in the morning, it'd be 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. in India. And if I go earlier, then the Europeans will not make it because they're still at work. It's before 5 o'clock. And if I go around that time, none of the North Americans can join us at all because it's daytime, work time. 10 o'clock a.m., people are at work, and in the East, it's like 1 o'clock, they're at lunch or work. So I'm not sure. Maybe I would have to have 2 different time of live talks, but I can't do that in the same day. I probably would have to get some exercises for my jaw talking. But I know probably 7 o'clock in the morning is good for India. 7 o'clock my time, that would be like, you know, 8 or 9 in India. And then ideal time for Europe is 12 noon here, which is 8 or 9 o'clock there. That would work. 11 or 12 here. So I'm not sure. Well, I gotta figure that out. And Iran, hello Roxana. Iran is also similar to India, 11 hours difference. So again, that's another, you know, time zone that I should focus on. Marielos, hello. Good to see you, Marielos. Aso says, Mehran, when my ties with my family is low or there is lots of problems, I always feel this urge to join a group of people or a squad, gang. Is it normal to feel this way? It is normal to want to be among people who you would feel safe and loved, but it is up to you to choose what group you consider safe and what group is worth your presence in addition to them. What benefit do you get to escape from one negative situation, let's say your family, whatever it is, to another negative situation group, gangs? What are they involved in? Not lawful stuff that I know of, unless you just call them gangs, but they're not really into illegal stuff and they're just a bunch of people getting together. Well, that's okay. But otherwise, you should not replace one negative situation to another just because the other one's door is open and it's easy and anything goes and you feel like, okay, nobody's bothering me. But they're not bothering you with the standards that you're thinking about. Your family is interfering with your life. But they will have other repercussions, predicaments, challenges with the law, with society, with being negative influence. So you gotta make sure what you're choosing to join is of positive nature. Otherwise, you're fooling yourself. It never ends well with people who are not having a lawful lifestyle, positive lifestyle. So you can join any group, but it is up to you. It's not just joining that makes it right or bad. It's what you're joining into is the most important thing. So do your research first. And Aso says, What does it mean to be connected to yourself? Well, it simply means to be clear about what it is you're trying to accomplish in this life. If you understand your consciousness, if you know how your desire, fears, ego, thoughts have a role in how you negotiate your day-to-day life, what your emotions are all about, how are they stirred up, how are they influenced. If you understand your own psyche, then you're connected with your own feelings, with what's coming out of you, how you feel, what you want to do, why you feel the way you do. You won't take things as mystic as I have no choice, I'm a victim to what has come to me. You understand why. Sounded like Christopher Walker. You understand why you do this. Cracks me up every time. He's such an interesting actor. Oh well, I have my moments sometimes. So anyhow, meanwhile, back in the ranch, you when you understand all that, then you're in connection. You're connected to yourself, and connected to yourself is also the same as being a firmly or more clear connection to the nature, to the universe, because you're part of the harmony of the universe. If you understand how you tick, if you understand the flow of the energy of the universe and you, if you understand where the energy comes from, then you will be focusing on the quality of that energy, which has a direct connection with how you perceive things, how you understand, how you can analyze them, how you can digest things based on knowing what the role of your what the role of ego, desire, fear, and so on is in how you're feeling, and therefore you understand the energy that is being exuded is because of your thoughts, because of your fears, desire, ego, and so on, which then you will see that is change the harmony of the frequency of this energy and the energy of the nature that is flowing through the universe. Then you would have a better chance to resonate on the same frequency with the energy that is coming to you, pure, from the universe, not from people who've got different kinds of quality of energy. This good energy coming from you, coming from the ends of the universe through you, and you also be able to boost it in the same quality of positiveness in order to help other things grow and develop and affect other people positively, including yourself. Look, the more bad quality energy we have that flows through us, it's going to affect ourselves too. It's not just like you're affecting others, because it's emanating, generating from inside you, right? So that's going to affect you before it goes and affects others. So it is important for you to understand yourself, to bring peace to yourself through more understanding of how you tick, and become in harmony, more harmony with the energy of the universe, so you'll have same good quality coming through you and flowing outwardly in same good quality. That's what the universe is expecting. Gives you good quality and expects a good quality to be coming from you to it. Anyhow, said enough on that. Let's move to Daniela. Daniela says, Mehran, I just broke up with my boyfriend. We have been together for only 2 months and 3 weeks. Is it normal for me to miss him so much, even if we have spent so little time together? Of course. Everybody likes attention. One of the main reasons that you want a boyfriend or a man wants a girlfriend, whatever your relationship type is, and many people actually may find themselves attracted to a gender that they're not actually interested, or their genes or program is not set the way to be interested in that gender, but they become interested because of the attention that that particular person is paying to them. So it is really the attention that grabs a person's feelings And some misunderstand that affinity toward a good attention, positive, kind, warm attention, and they think they actually like to be romantically involved with that gender. So it is very important at young age people understand that attention is what attracts people. So when, let's say, you like girls and a girl pays attention to you, but she's not the right girl for you, you know it. Maybe she doesn't have the looks that you want, or maybe she doesn't have the education or bonding or manners, but you like her and you get involved with her because she pays attention to you, makes you feel important. And to seek that attention and the feeling of I am more because of her attention, the importance that you feel because of your ego, all that attracts you towards her. And same thing for a woman who likes a man. And these are, if that is what your program and your natural inclination and tendency is toward that gender, well, that's fine. But be aware that often you may actually, at younger age, which you still are growing and have questions about your own, interest and finding things about romance, and everything is new, and you happen to be programmed in a certain gender, but you may be attracted or find yourself having an attraction toward a gender that you are not actually programmed to be interested in. And then you should not be confused. You should understand that you are interested in the attention you're receiving from that person, not that you're interested in that gender to create a romantic relationship. So these are things that, especially it's important among children to have proper guidance and be aware of this, and also for the adults who already know what they're all about, what their gravitations is, what their gender is, and so they will be choosing the right person, not based on the attention that they're receiving, but based on many other qualities that they're expecting. The attention could be part of it, but should not be fooling you to replace all the other things that you expect from that particular partner that you want to be interested in or you're looking for, such as bonding on consciousness level, manners, education, and things that you have in common. All that should be there, not to be overshadowed by the attention that you receive, which fluffs your ego, makes you feel important, and suddenly you think the person is the right person. But you forget that it's the attention that makes you feel that is what you want to be romantically involved, and perhaps a right choice for you. So these are things that you want to pay a little bit more attention when you want to choose your partner. So at this point, you're missing that attention. You weren't together long enough, but it's natural for you to miss your ex because you had created a certain order through certain mechanical processes that you were sharing, and that order is now broken, so you missed the order. And part of that order was interaction with him. And it will take a while for you to create a new order for yourself. And of course, the memories are where your mind finds psychological security. Therefore, you keep going back into your memory to feel good about yourself, because there were good moments with your boyfriend, even though you guys have broken up. So naturally, you're seeking the pleasure of those good moments, and you find it in your memory. So that's the memory that makes you feel you're missing the boyfriend, not the actual person, because if that was the case, you wouldn't have broken up. Obviously, there are differences, but the memory still has captured and has some fine moments that you find pleasure in it. And those experiences are what you're really missing, and not the actual boyfriend. Something to think about. And Lord Simon Says, Italy, 20-year-old. Says, my first breakup happened 2 months ago. I feel terribly alone. I don't have many friends, and the few that I have are busy. And Lord Simon continues. Oh, it jumped. Now I have the university, and thanks to you, I discovered myself playing guitar and doing exercise. Good. But I need someone who can understand me, someone who loves me. Well, you have that someone. You're not noticing it. Again, you're looking for resources, support, come from outside. But the very person that you first should focus on and introduce yourself to is you. You need to introduce yourself to you. You need to get to know yourself very well, because you have the best chance to understand yourself. But you got to be fair. You got to understand the fragments that have put you together. You got to understand your fears. Where does that come from? You understand what your desire is. What is desire? You got to understand what ego is. What is your ego, and what ego is in general. You got to understand what thinking is. What is thought? You got to understand what your consciousness is all about. When you understand all these and understand the relationship and interaction of all these elements with each other, then you have an understanding of who you are, your center. When that happens, then you will love yourself. And that's a person that can understand you and can love you, because you are proud of clarity that they've created, and you have better equipment to handle the day-to-day challenges. Then you will be proud of yourself and your accomplishments, then you will love yourself. So let's start with that. Love yourself, understand yourself, then you will have powers and attractions beyond your intention, and others will gravitate towards you. You'll have more friends, and then you will perhaps find some girlfriend that you could be interested in. But in the meantime, what can I say? I have to do a plug. Go to my site, mind.com, and pick up my Psyche and I ebook. Very inexpensive, but helps you to put you on the right track to get to know about yourself. And you guys will also be able to read the meditation chapter, which when we are ready to do meditation, at least you'd have a background on that, which would be easier to get into it right away. Let's go to Roxana. It says, Dear Mehran, yes, dear Roxana, what should we do with the ghosts of the past that are all around us, and even in happy times you get reminded of them? It's not a mystery. It's not a ghost of the past. It's an ability we human beings have to record things. We record things 24/7. We have recorded everything ever since we have been pretty much born, and can go as far as we can. But you've gone to many restaurants and events and things during life, but they don't constantly come around you in your mind, because you don't choose them. You're focused on other things that you need to accomplish or you want to do during the day. Your focus is on that. You don't select them. The ghost of the past that you're referring to, your relationship, you select them because there were pleasures involved, and those pleasures also are recorded, and you want to find comfort and security, and therefore you go into your memory. And in your memory, you're looking for pleasurable moments, which of course, most often and first and foremost, we go find romantic pleasures in our memory to find comfort and security, relaxation. And so you naturally are gravitating towards files that contain a romantic pleasures of recent time. So it is not that the ghost of the past is all around you. You seek them. You go into your memory and you start analyzing or wondering, wallowing, or finding happiness, then thinking, I miss it. Not even focusing on the problems that was there, but only focusing on the pleasures that that relationship contained. And when you just selectively focus on the pleasure points of a relationship, you start creating an atmosphere where you would keep all those which you call ghosts of the past around you because you feel good about them. It makes you feel good. And you selected them because you're only focusing on the good points. But if you bring the bad files as well on that romantic experience, then you will quickly see that it's not worth spending your time in the memory in that section where all these romantic experiences are, because you will have a balanced pictorials of the review of those files, which are the pleasure points and the problems. And then you say, okay, I am not interested to hang around here in my memory. Therefore, you'll go on, focus on life, and then these things that you call ghosts will disappear because you did not select them. They'll be in your memory, but unless you select them, they won't come up. And you will select them because you're looking for psychological security. Instead of focusing on building your life and focusing on what other opportunities are out there, you're reminiscing. You're being lazy just to feel good. It's like eating. You don't need to eat, but some people keep eating because it makes them feel relaxed, like if you're doing something. And they find security, comfort, relaxation, because it looks like a meditation. They're doing one thing, eating and focusing on the eating, so they're not distracted and they're relaxed. And if you want to be lazy like that, then you will keep going to these past memories and you enjoy the good memories without considering the bad parts. Therefore you think it's a good place to be. Then you say, why wouldn't I miss it? Everything seems to be good, because you're not focusing on the bad parts. Then that becomes your conditioning and habits. Every day you will be thinking of them because constantly you go to the good points, good parts of the memory of that relationship, which is misleading you, making you think that it was a good thing, so you should miss it. And then it gives you all kinds of discomfort or unhappiness. Through the happy moments, you end up being unhappy because they're not real, they're dead, and you don't bring balance of information when you're thinking about those experiences, but by remembering all the problems that all that entailed. All right. Now, guys, if you haven't liked the live talk, please do. Before you forget, just click. And if you haven't signed up or subscribe, please do. But I think you all have, because I know you're all here. All right. Ian says, quick question. What if you broke up with a girl who became complacent in the relationship, and then now you see how bad people are treating her and you feel bad, but you don't talk to her? Because people only spoke to her due to respect for me, and now they treat her like shit because they are both obligated to be nice to her since they all work for me. Well, you gotta lead by example. When you interact with her, even though you've broken up, in front of others with kindness and respect, they will also learn that just because you guys have broken up, it doesn't relieve them from the duty of being cordial and respectful to another good human being. So you must set that up. You don't need to talk to them individually because it seems like a favor for you that they will be doing it unnaturally. But you need to instill the decency in them and the respect that they should offer every decent human being. And in her case, that you think she's a good girl, nice girl, but somehow you didn't want to be with her anymore, you broke up. But when you see her, if she's working for you or you encounter, or if you don't, just maybe invite her for some tea or some talk, just shoot the breeze. But in an environment where other people who work for you will see how you respectfully interact with her, then they will learn their place and their way of interacting with her. And you never say anything bad about her to these people or in front of these people. That's your responsibility. All right. So Sonia says, hi, I'm a girl 27. Can I text my ex's new girlfriend that she's with an asshole? Why is she not capable to know she's with an asshole? Can I tell her that her boyfriend, my ex, is an asshole cause he loves her money and it's true? He ditched me cause new girl has more money. Sonia says, okay, listen, you're not the new girlfriend's nanny, mother, sister, or father. You have no responsibility to let her know about anything. It's between them two. She will figure it out, just as you figured out that this guy's after money. Well, she will figure it out too. And if you really think this guy has devious intentions, well, I don't know. It's up to you to decide if you want to text her and say, while I wish you well in your relationship, just want to inform you that this guy, when he was with me, it seemed to me that he's more interested in my money than a positive relationship. And leave it at that. If really you think you're compelled and this is going to be, you know, kind of a serious matter if you don't inform her, while she's not a child, she can figure it out herself. But that should be the end and the extent of your intervention, while I suggest no. Because what you're doing really, you're trying to piss on the guy. You don't care about the girl. And you're pretty much sure that the girl can figure it out if this guy is after her money or not. If she's not now, she'll find out. But obviously the girl likes him. So good riddance, and let her figure out, let her go through the challenges and figure it out, because you may look like that you have ulterior motives rather than just wanting to actually inform her or help her. But I don't know what the traditions are there, if you think that's called for, limited, or she may actually turn around and say none of your business, or gives you shit thinking that you want to steal her boyfriend. Who knows? It's the beginning of the relationship, so you don't know what they think. But anyhow, Bartos, male 22, says, hey, I've been attending an almost all your meetings since my broke up 2 years ago. I have got your book, and today I noticed that I still have the same questions to you. It's because when you're reading the book or listening to what I'm saying, you're just listening to them as entertainment. You're not pondering on wanting to move away, move on with your life. You just want a topping to relax you rather than to create action and changes in your way of perception of what has or is happening in your life. But those ads, on every meeting I have been sharing the same feelings. What is worse that when you answer, everything is clear and I feel the power? Yes. But after a couple of days, a couple of photos from the social media, I again feel depressed and sad. How long would it take me to fully recover? I really want to feel good, but I can't. First of all, you can. You just haven't done it yet. Do not say you can't. You can, but you just haven't done it yet. Focus on that. Secondly, just as I said, you need to understand that you're 22 years old. It is hard for you to forget a sexual relationship with your girlfriend. It is so important. Women are important all through our lives, especially when it's beginning of our experiences with intimacy and having a girlfriend and feeling so manly because of that relationship. And you will miss that. Makes you feel so important. Makes you feel like there's nothing else that you really need to accomplish, because ultimately it's the woman that you want to be with and you are with her. So therefore relieved you from all other worries and duties that you might have to have been facing with. Your studies, worrying about jobs, nothing really mattered because you had the pleasure of being with the ultimate desire that every heterosexual male has, which being with a woman, having a woman love him and he loves the woman that he chooses, and experiencing all that. But remember, that is one experience of your life. That should not sum up your whole entirety of experience of life. And for that reason, it has to have its place, not the whole place in your heart, in your life, in your daily life. If you look at it that way, that she is important, but there are other women that you want to experience, and you will. And they're far better and superior to her, because at this age, you don't have much expectations. And that's what you had. With the expectations you had, you got that. It's like you go to a restaurant, with the kind of money you have, the kind of food you eat. But if you had more money, you would have eaten maybe a more elaborate meal in that restaurant, or more expensive or more delicious meal, right? So at the age you are, you have a certain expectations. That's like the money that you have when you go to the restaurant. With that expectations, that's the kind of girl you got. But you have to understand, if it doesn't work right, if it didn't work right now, that doesn't mean that was the ultimate girl that you could ever have, the best. So because you just went to that restaurant and had a meal, that doesn't mean that meal that you were having was the best meal that the restaurant could offer. That was what you could afford with the money you had in your pocket. And at age 22, that's the girl you could get with the kind of experience and expectations and standards that you had developed at that age. So lo and behold, as you grow and you accomplish more, your studies, job, this and that, you will have higher standards and higher understanding and expectations. And you will end up now opening your eyes for far more qualified women out there. And then you will see, oh, thank God I didn't get stuck with that one. Because look at the quality of the women out there. They're wise, strong, smart, beautiful, loyal, and helping me to grow, and I can help them to grow. We can learn from things each other. So you haven't seen a good relationship yet. Do not underestimate the power of good relationship. So wait for it, and focus on building your life. And when the time is right, you will meet new girls, and then even after that girl, you will again break up with that one for one reason or another. It's normal, and you will find another, and every time you will find and choose better. That's the way of the river. That's where you are at this age. So don't worry, it'll all be okay. Focus on your life, and now your duties and responsibilities and studies and job and everything else that you need to do. Focus on that. The girls will be attracted to you once you've already been more accomplished and more wisdom, patience, and more quality that you will have to offer them. And you will find a higher quality girls for your relationships. All right. Jesse says, yay, Mehran, I'm not sleepy. Yes, I told you I'll be going on in the next 15-20 minutes. And I am. And I'm glad that you could make it. So this is a good time, I guess, for Europe. Where are you, Jesse? Netherlands, is it? Was it Holland? Was it Netherlands? Or is it Germany? I am not sure. I think it's Netherlands, I believe. Ian says, I feel so bad for her and I would take her back, but I know I cannot be with someone who cannot give me love, time, and respect. I believe in brutal honesty and people assume it's my ego. It might be partly your ego. You're holding too tight. Remember, I make some examples using horseback riding, not because to demean anybody or anybody's relationship or any person, because I love horses and I'm a horseman and I've been trained for serious competitions, show jumpings, and I've won many championships. I love that whole interaction with the horse, and I understand the horses as much as I have so far. And in any horse, no matter what it is, you hold on too tight, the horse starts rearing or bucking. Would not like to be under control, because horse is free, it's another entity, is willing to cooperate with you, to understand you, to communicate with you, to complete projects together, to do certain events and shows and activities, to ride in harmony, provided there's mutual respect and mutual limitations observed. You hold too tight, he says, hey, I'm strong, I'm independent, don't try to control me, dominate me, I'll kick you off. Same thing with people. If you're a woman, you have a boyfriend. If you have a man, you have a girlfriend. Whatever your relationship, you cannot expect all that tight discipline of, tell me the truth. What did you do? Where did you go? Respect me. Why? Who the fuck are you? I don't mean you, so don't be don't be disappointed. It's not like I don't want to scold you, but in reality, a person who thinks that way is thinking too much of yourself. The ego getting the best of you. The ego is trying to control you. Just like nobody else likes to be controlled, just like the horse doesn't like to be controlled by holding too tight and putting too much pressure on it. Just like people don't want to be controlled, you shouldn't want to be controlled by your ego. The ego is controlling you. Give me respect. I know. Especially if we are decent people, honest people, good people, we expect total respect and honesty from the people that we are associating. But that doesn't necessarily mean if they're not, it doesn't mean they're betraying you. You just have to meet them in the middle. There's some things they may not decide to tell you because it's irrelevant. Just like you don't decide to tell them everything because it's irrelevant. If you think of it truthfully, this is how some people think, maybe you. I don't have to tell you everything, but you have to tell me everything. You don't necessarily want to tell them everything exactly as a truth, so to speak, but you expect them to tell you verbatim the truth because that makes you feel important and in control. Then we are control freaks. That's when people eventually start rearing, putting up fences, bucking, and want to escape. I don't care how good you are and how wonderful, how kind, how much attention you pay, how generous you are to them. They don't give a fuck Because what's most important for people is freedom. Freedom to know that they are independent, that they can make their own decisions, that they're not manipulated by anybody. Look at the history. Which dictatorial country was able to last for a long time? None. They eventually all crumbled because nobody likes to be controlled. You may get away with it for a while, but nature of a human being is to be free. And that goes in every angle. Anybody who thinks that they can control their wives or their husbands or their nation or their people, any leader who thinks that they're full of shit, they're stupid. That goes against the nature, against their design, against their genes, that the universe, God, whatever you believe in, created us free. And that's the main reason that we don't sit around and take shit from the entities who want to control you in any echelon. So learn from the history. Empires with powers and brutalities were not able to keep their people from revolting because they seek freedom. It's more important to them than the bread they eat at night. So don't fuck around with people's freedom and don't expect too much of respect, because none of us are really that important to have absolute respect from everybody. If they respect us, is because they are maybe find it necessary, or they are kind, they're cordial, they're polite, they're respectful themselves. And the ones who don't respect you, don't expect any respect from an asshole. Don't respect from somebody who can't understand the importance of respect. So if they don't respect you, that doesn't mean you're disrespectful or you're disrespectable or you're not worthy of respect. It just means their level of understanding is not high enough to the class to understand that it's wonderful to respect someone who's decent and respectable. It's not a shortcoming of you when somebody doesn't respect you. It's their shortcoming. If you understand that, then you don't give a shit if they respect or not. But if it's within certain reasons, that should be acceptable. But absolute, nothing is absolute in this world, and don't expect it to be, because you will constantly be disappointed. I'm disappointed almost every day with people, with their behaviors, with their manners, or with their conduct. And I should also constantly remind myself that this is not an absolute universe. Not everybody is noble or understanding or classy or wise or so respectful or well-mannered of high quality. We're living in a place where everything is out there. Just recognize them, and if they're not behaving well, move away, cut off ties, and create the surroundings that would suit you best. That's the ticket, not expectations. Expectation always leads to disappointment. Extra expectations from people who are incapable of that level of performance, manners, class, attitude, wisdom, always leads to disappointment. And then you think you've been disrespected. Not that they don't have the understanding, they don't have the level, they're not there to understand the importance of proper protocol and proper behavior in every aspect of life. All right, let's move on to Jesse says, what are your thoughts on feeling not good enough? Well, when you say you don't feel good, not good enough, that's relevant. I mean, that's relevant to the situation that you're in. In other words, it's relative today, compared to what your expectation is, you may not feeling good enough. But that what you feel today, on another day, may actually be quite enough. And you feel, okay, it's good, it's acceptable. So it depends on what situation you put yourself in and where you are and what other things are really going well or not well in your life. Same standard of same standard of receiving or being in an environment where it makes you feel in a certain way may be very well accepted when other things in your life are actually augmenting it and going well for you. But same level of feeling certain way may not be enough if other things that you has nothing to do with how you feeling here, that other things in your life is not going well. So it's not really the amount of how you feel good, it's about also what other things are hitting right or not right in your life that makes this be enough, satisfactory, or not enough. So find what else is it that you want to accomplish, what's missing, what holes are there that needs to be filled. Then you may feel way better than trying to feel better from one angle of your life. Let's say you have a job and you were looking for a promotion and it didn't go well, and you get really disappointed or you don't feel that good. But it has a limited effect on you. It should have only a limited effect on you. But why is it that you feel so bad? Maybe you look around, it has nothing to do with this. Maybe there are other things. Maybe you got a project that is left. Maybe there's certain fitness level that you want to achieve that you haven't. Maybe there is some obligation that you haven't accomplished. There may be other things that is actually helping you feel bad now that this thing happened today, this triggered it, this not getting the promotion created a little bit of a fire, a spark, and the other things that were not going well or you didn't take good care of what it is you wanted to accomplish is now fueling this little spark and creating a worse situation and worse feeling than the limit that it should be for just not getting a promotion. I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Look for it not just at where you think the source of not feeling good is. Look for it on many other little things that perhaps it will complete the picture that you have in your mind, and that would make you feel much better than you think you can be. I don't know if that delivered what I wanted to deliver to you. I hope it did. Mark says, I'm going on a date as friend with a girl on Saturday. We also have tickets for a gig this month. She's quite active in social media and is in love with her best friend, male. Should I keep texting her in the evening or just wait for the date? I don't want to run out of things to say or for her to lose interest because I'm not talking to her. Her male friend confuses her Her male friend confuses her. I would think me being busy in my own life and being emotionally stable is attractive. It's hard to find balance between not being needy and being too needy, but I'm doing all the chasing right now. Stop chasing. Do you hear yourself? You know what to do, but you're not doing it. Be busy with your life and be active so she knows you have a life. But if you make her feel that she is your life, then she will get a big head. She would not be interested in you because nobody wants to be somebody's whole life If they think that they are your whole life, then they think you have no life. You're no good. You have no ambitions. They don't believe in themselves as much as you do. When they think that you believe in them and you think of them so highly, when they know they're not that hot shit, they lose interest in you, because they say, well, if he really likes me as the symbol of his life dreams, and I don't think I'm much, then he must not be much. So busy with your own life, let her feel that you have a life, and do actually have a life, and accomplish your goals and things, and then when the time comes, you go out with her. Otherwise, if you want to approach this relationship with your dick only, it's not going to go. It's going to be very disrespectful to her, at the same time confusing to you, that you can't even judge her for who she is. You will judge her because of the pleasure that you can receive by being with her, have a relationship with her, or eventually be intimate with her. That will cover your eyes from actually seeing who she is, and gives you this whole fictitious feeling, illusion of, oh, she's all that. Why? Because she represents pleasure of sex to you. Because you're programmed to love girls, okay. But try to see what it is that you're loving as a person, not just because she's a female. Then you will have established balance, and she can see merits, wisdom, and she will give you attention. Otherwise, you keep going, she will become like a shadow. The more you try to get her, the harder it becomes. It's impossible. So sometimes you might have to wait until the sun moves and the shadow, which is out there, actually becomes one with you. And that sometimes takes lack of movement, not keep paying attention, running after it. Sit still, focus, building, productive on what it is that you want to accomplish in life. And the sun will do the rest. And the shadow will eventually be getting closer to you because of your patience. I hope you get that philosophical description of what you should be doing. So, he says, we don't talk because it was her choice. I tried talking to her. She didn't want to talk to me. She said I broke her heart. But what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Ian. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. So Ian says we don't talk because she was her choice. It was her choice. I tried talking with her. She didn't want to talk to me. She said I broke her heart. But I always believed in communicating like an adult. All she does is run away, sleep, and avoid her problems. I cannot chase a person who argues to win and not understand. Okay, then you know it's not your cup of tea, and move on. Jesse says, yes, Netherlands. It's 10 p.m. here now. Oh, 10 p.m. Is it? Is it now? Must be, by the time I see your message, it must be then 10:36 right now. It's about 9 hours difference. So Ian continues, I never questioned her behavior with others. I only spoke to her about things like her mood swing and outbursts with verbal abuse and in front of my colleagues, but she wouldn't listen. Was I wrong? No. I don't know enough to say you were wrong or not, but from what you're telling me, no, why should we be wrong? She wasn't in the level of communication that you could appreciate, and you made the choice, and that's fine. Nobody's hurt. Bartosz, she was really smart, ambitious, attending good university, hardworking, and I can't meet anyone as perfect as she was. You can't, you haven't yet. Don't put people in such pedestal that like nobody in the world has accomplished what they have. You just haven't seen enough. You just saw this one, and this one as compared to the ones you knew before is the best, but not compared to the ones you haven't met yet. because there's so unlimited number of people that is possibilities to meet. They could all have their own credentials, you know, way higher than this one. So don't come to such conclusions so easily. Whenever I'm trying to talk with someone, I'm still hearing in my mind, X was prettier, X was smarter, X was better style. Whenever I'm trying to meet with some girl, I can feel that it's regression in self-development. These are momentary things. Wait, you think nobody's as smart as her because of your age, your experience. Be patient. Focus on building your life, and you will find others who would surprise you. Just because you haven't seen something that you've been looking for up to now, that doesn't mean whatever you have experienced was the best and can never be better found. Never better than that could be found. That's silly to think that way. Mark says, click like, yeah, guys, it's 17 of you. I better see 17 clicks of likes at least. You guys shortchange me. So, if I don't see likes, I'm going to charge. Amin says, my ex keeps coming in my life for last 7 years. Oh, macaroni, that's not even an ex anymore. That looks like, you know, the present girlfriend. 7 years. She kind of act like I'm her boyfriend, lover for initial 3 months. And then suddenly she reminds me of a guy who she was been in long distance relation. She's taunting you. She's trying to motivate you to make a move to make it official that she's your girlfriend. So, but she's making a mistake, not knowing that you get annoyed by that. Your techniques are brilliant. Only a real guy I have found on internet. With love from India. Thank you, Amin Jan. Thank you very much for your kind words. I'm delighted that you like it. Don't forget to share the videos you like on your social media and help us grow, because as you said, I do believe as well that our contents are really good, but we don't have enough people knowing about us. We should have had like 1 million subscribers by now, because there's over 1,200 videos on this channel addressing almost anything that comes through your mind after your breakup, addressing everything that you want to know about, or most everything that you want to know, or lots of things you want to know about your psyche, your thoughts, consciousness, the relationship between the two, fear, desire, ego, pleasure, and the connection of all to your psyche and your persona, and how it makes you function, feel, and act and react on a daily basis. All of that, we have covered it here. And we should have been able to help a lot more people. We have had thousands and thousands of thank yous and appreciation for the content, but we don't have enough subscribers. I don't understand, but we continue. So everybody, please share the videos you like. It helps us. We need to be known, as we have goodies to offer, that's for sure. Lee Brown says, it's only been a week, but we've broken up a few times before this, but she has always reached out and we kept getting back together. I know it's best we stay apart, but I keep thinking about her. Listen, guys, I hope you guys don't think that I am, you know, I have a psychic abilities to know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and if you're a man or a woman. These are the minimum information that I need when you talk to me. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what you do. I don't know what your education is. I don't know how old she is, your girlfriend, or vice versa. I don't know any of this, and you're not giving it to me, and it just makes the conversation a little bit lengthy when I have to keep coming back to you. So when you want to ask a question, let me know where you're tuning in from, if you're a man or woman, how old you are, how old is your partner, what does she or he does, all these things to help me to read the question and be able to offer an answer as best as possibly I can. If you want a detailed conversation and exploration of your situation, you all know how to do. You can go to my site, mind-that-seeks-truth.com, and click on Talk to Me for consultation, and pick a package, whether it's an hour, half an hour, or they're bigger packages. then you you know, you send it through the system, alerts me, and we will discuss it on Skype. And that's how it could be you know, privately and in more detail. Otherwise, here I need as much as information I can, so I can cover that information in a bit of a surface kind of, not too deep, so we can get to all the questions. I'd appreciate that. Amin says, I have shared your videos, at least 10 people so far. Very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Amin. Now, so Lee says that he knows that it's best to stay apart, and that you think about it. Of course you keep thinking about her. I mean, it's that you say I keep thinking about her. Yeah, it's normal to think about her. What's, you know, it's your girlfriend, or it's a girl that you know, so you keep thinking about it. Bartos says, I just don't believe that there is anyone better and more proper than my ex. Yeah, how old are you, Bartos? And if that's your belief, that means there is no supporting facts. It's your belief. People believe things. They have beliefs. And for beliefs, you don't need facts. You just believe it because it feels good. And that's where you are in this case. You don't believe. Why? Because you believe only what you can see and what you know. In this case, you can't see girls lining up, so you haven't seen someone better yet, so you can't conclude, you know, that. Your conclusion cannot be that there is somebody better, because you haven't seen. And you don't know. Your knowledge, there's no fact for you to know, to be convinced that there is. So on these two bases, obviously you say, oh, there is no one. I can't, okay, fine. But you know that, you can't, right now as it stands, you can't believe that there is a tomorrow, if it's going to be sunny or rainy, dark or light. You have no evidence that tomorrow will be what? Where is that evidence? Unless tomorrow is today, unless tomorrow is present, you can't see what it is. But you do believe that is possible. Yet, you don't believe that out of 7 billion possibilities in the world, that there will be someone that you will like better than this one eventually. That's your choice. If you don't want to believe, that's how it's going to be. But if you do believe, everything starts with believing. If you want to do something, first, you got to believe that you can. Then you will prepare, figure out. But you sit on your ass and say, I don't believe. Okay, don't believe. You know? Just trying to constantly give her values and kudos and put her on pedestal. And you think if you believe you can find someone else better, you have disrespected, devaluated, or betrayed. It's a sin against this one, because you chose her. You made her such a big deal for you, you can't even dare to say, no, she's not a big deal anymore. Because you think, oh, I lost possibilities that I could have. You don't want to destroy that. It's all a mental thing. Otherwise, of course there is. 5 million better than her. You just haven't met them. How could you have? You just one person. You haven't traveled anywhere. You haven't, years has not passed for you to see other opportunities as they will appear in your life. So you haven't traveled through time to see what's out there, but you're deciding for it that no, there's nothing out there. That's not a logical way of thinking. Ian says, I came across your channel after spending 3 years learning from life coach. You guys have the same wavelengths of thought, and it's appealing to be around such centerpiece. Okay, good. I'm glad that you're enjoying. I really appreciate your work. I'm glad, Ian, that you're enjoying it. Thank you. David says, I'm 19 and she's 22. She's chasing her career. Okay, let her chase. Lee says, I'm 31. She's 24. I'm from the UK. All right. She's too young, Lee. At 31, she's 24. She hasn't figured out what she wants to do yet. She still thinks there's so much out there that she should, you know, try them all, figure it out, you know, just still unstable. You look for someone 27, 28, you have a better chance for hitting on consciousness level, at least, I think. Bartos, 22, okay. Tuta says, Mehran, my man, what do you think about sports like bodybuilding and MMA? Like staffs to express part of yourself, your spirit. Bodybuilding is good, is very good if you do it moderately and enjoy your own fitness level, not overly in anything, bring balance to everything that you do. But weightlifting, weight training, do it right, do it patiently, methodically, learn about it, the styles, safely. It's great. Workout is great. I have a workout almost every night, if not every night, every other night. And I'm actually lopsided right now because I had a really good workout last night in the gym. It was a back day and I enjoyed it. It makes you feel good, and you have some cardio, you feel alive, and you wash away all the shit and all the negative and all the poisons that you receive from business dealings, other people's behavior, and everything that is not you. You need to create that activity to wash that energy out and create, you know, all the good chemicals that your brain secretes, and to help yourself to get rid of all those stressful shit and bring about new energy and help yourself. Because you can't train other people to all be normal, good, decent, fair, cordial, honest, faithful, and all that shit. Whatever echelon of interaction is, friendship, business, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you can't have that taken care of. But you should be able to have a certain system to wash all that shit out of you through exercise, meditation, so on and so forth. MMA, I don't believe in people going into the ring beating the crap out of each other just to prove that what. So you beat one person, or two people, or three. What does that tell you? You think life is about beating people? There are challenges out there. I don't care how many people you have beat. I don't care how good you are in fighting. Challenges in life and obstacles in life, nature's way of dealing, you can't go on with your fist. So what are you really training yourself as? Beat the crap out of somebody else and you claim that you've what? Accomplished something. What did you accomplish? There's always going to be another person and another person and another person. So you want to prove to yourself how good you are in living by beating the life out of somebody else or getting beaten to death by yourself? What does that supposedly gonna prove? There is no doubt that I'm all for the training of it. You know, training, sports, training, I don't know, whatever it is. Martial arts. Training of any kind of a physical training that is, you know, normal. No doubt. But they're actually going into the ring beating the crap out of somebody else. What is it gonna prove? Think about it. What is the need for that? What is it gonna fill? What need does it fill? And is that need something that is gonna help things to develop and grow? bring more health, more wisdom. So everything should be in balance. Fitness, sports, education, research, wisdom, work, efforts. Balance. So you beat somebody up. Oh, give him a belt. Okay, great. Entertainment. Most people are motivated doing that for fame, entertainment, ego. But there are a lot more stuff that are tougher than beating somebody in the ring. And they won't go and challenge that. Because it has to do with building, constructing, mental, wisdom, learning. Those are tougher stuff than just getting fit to brutally beat somebody. The training of it, I'm all for it. Strong body, strong mind, and training, be sharp, and so on. But actual going into beating the crap out of somebody, you know. You train, you're ready. If some danger comes along, okay, you have certain training that you can, you know, defend yourself if that comes to that. If you're living in such a kind of a violent society, which mostly we're not. But to a certain level, okay, it's part of balance. But anything more than that is unnecessary. Yeah? All right. It's 22, guys. Have you guys clicked on the like if you like? Don't forget, it takes a moment, but helps us to get on the map with YouTube. Barto says, what to do when I see the photo of my happy ex and have thoughts in my mind like, oh my God, she's so awesome. Okay, that's sex. There's nothing else. How could she be awesome if she's not helping your happiness, if she's not in your life? I don't care how beautiful some girl is. If it's not mine, what does it do to me? Why should I even worry about it? Okay, she's beautiful. Great. Like you see, you go in a garden, you see beautiful flowers. Okay, beautiful. Enjoy. But wishing for it, or how awesome she is, why is she awesome? The one that is awesome is the one that is with you. That's the awesome one. The one that is not with you, I don't care how pretty she is, she's a pretty girl. That's it. Awesome is the one that is dedicating her relationship, her time to you, and in harmony with you, wants to bond with you. So understand what you're saying. Your motivation is not really about realities, about, you know, reasonability. Is about hormones and sex. How awesome. Why is she awesome? Is there an awesome brain in that beautiful mind? And what do you call awesome brain? Part of it would be if that awesome brain also helps your life, is in your life. If it's not, well, then respectful, but so what? There are lots of other people who are wonderful and awesome. So there was a saying that if this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. So if your ex-girlfriend has left you and you think she's really pretty and all that, so what? If she's not yours, she's not with you, doesn't matter how good and wonderful she is. She can go and find her life somewhere else. You focus on finding a wheel that turns for you. That's your attitude should be. Wish well for people, but wish well for yourself. Respect their lives and respect your life as well. All right. Mark says, oops, jumped. Is it healthy to notice someone's minor faults in the early stage of a relationship rather than letting pleasure and lust take over? At least then I'm being self-aware. After all, no one is perfect. No need to say that. I mean, that's your mechanism. You're supposed to be aware of people's faults. But it is very difficult for guys, for us guys who love women, to be able to actually see it with the eye of the now. We see it with the eye of the lust, pleasure. You know, it's like a, you know, greyhound saw a rabbit. You can't help it by just thinking that it's a rabbit. Not how big, how smart, how pretty, what flaws it had. None of that. It's a rabbit. You're overtaken. Your mind is overtaken by the fact that it's a rabbit. So when you're sitting with a girl that it, you know, it pleases to your eyes and, you know, the most part suits your expectations, it blinds you from seeing everything else about her mind, her characters, her manners, because your hormones and your excitement for the fact that she's a female, a beautiful female to your eyes, it doesn't let you even comprehend anything else. That's where you should be sharp enough to be able to understand what is the level of communication. Beyond the sex, what else is there to augment your life, to enhance your life, to together be able to build something? If you are there to build something and you're bringing shovel and whatever, what is she bringing to build this construction? Is she bringing anything? Or she's just there? If a woman is just beautiful, she's just there in that example that I meant. But if she's beautiful with abilities, education, manners, faithfulness, policies in mind about what lifestyle should be, what it means to her, and you guys discuss that and come to compromise and understanding and see it's the same expectations, then she's bringing with her some tools to help build something. Otherwise, if you guys are just there because you got money, or she's pretty, or you guys have fit bodies, you can't build shit. You got no tools. You're just there. It's like a mannequin in the window. So if you want to marry or be with a mannequin in the window, have a relationship with that, but good luck. Good luck. Because that's all, you know, that's what you need. You need to figure out what this girl is all about. Or if you're a girl, you need to figure out what this guy is all about. Is it just the money that he has? Is it just the looks? Is the girl just, you know, looky? Is she a looker, or she's just because she's got a what? What else is each one of you bringing to the table? And then you will have a better chance to make good connections or make right choices. David says, I missed my previous comment. Did I? I've been talking to this girl and I like her and she likes me, but it feels like she's too good for me. Oh, don't. Why do you think she's too good for you? Why don't you just put your best foot forward and try to see what it is that she's bringing to the table, and you also do your best to bring your best to the table. Let her decide if she's too good for you. You know, and if she is, okay, you at least had tried, but you can't just take yourself out of the competition just because you think, oh, it's not going to go anywhere. Well, if that's the case, you can think about almost anything. Well, how do you know? See if you can bond on her conscious level. What do you mean she's too good for you? How do you know? From her looks? That's not enough. People come in different looks, but what they expect is what you should be focusing on, not how they look. Because if you focus on how they look, you think you know what they're expecting and what they're looking for as well. You don't. They're just looking that way. Maybe they're gorgeous, but their mind is more advanced than their just looks. They're looking for quality. Maybe you have the quality she's looking for. The bonding takes place not on the surface and the skin deep, not on your looks. The looks just simply attract you guys for the first few days. The bonding takes place with what's in the brain that makes that look tick and function. Get to know that. So you don't know about that. So don't be so hasty. Find out. Connect on a deeper level. Be yourself, but See what she's all about, what her expectations are, what you can offer, what your expectations are. Maybe you'll be surprised. You say, oh, gee, I thought she's too good for me, but in fact, after a while, I think I'm too good for her. She's not, you know, measuring up. So, just be patient. And if it didn't work, didn't work. Go on, next. Ian says, I'm 25 and my ex is 22. Thank you, Ian, but please, guys, give me the info when you throw me the question. As Dr. Evil would say, throw me the bone. Give me the info at the time of the question. Otherwise, I don't know again who's who. All right, but thank you. Tuta says, yes, just like you said, you wash yourself today, new energy. No, it's not in beating people. It's just how good you can express your energy in fight for me. Oh. Listen, beating people, harming people is easy. Healing them is where it's all at. So if you think by beating somebody you've accomplished anything, no. You want to get fit? Beat the punching bag. You can do all kinds of things with the punching bag. Train as hard and feel good. But why are you so hasty to be in front of a person who actually in real life would not harm you, would not have intention to attack you? What's the use? What's the use of beating each other? You want to express energy? Go through training. People expressing energy through what? Soccer, tennis, they're all expressing energy. They're not beating each other up. Anyhow, that's me. I don't believe beating somebody out in order to prove to yourself that you got something. What is it? That's to me, that's not strength. Strength is when you combine mind and body and unleash that energy to build a life, help your lifestyle, help other people, help things grow and develop. That's one facet. You go in a ring, beat somebody up. There's another person. Then there's another. So you always have to beat somebody up to feel good about yourself. That's kind of not the best way of, not so efficient. All right. Lee says, why do we always look back over the relationship and nitpick where it's all changed, and if I did this or that thing would have been different? Yeah, I have a video on that. You search that out and I've spoken that in there. I noticed that after my ex has dumped me, I feel, first of all, I don't like this word dump. You guys stop using that dump. That has a negative connotation on you. You actually, by saying that, automatically you're placing that ex in a higher level and you already feel inferior. Don't do that. What do you mean dump me? Who the hell is she that dumped you? What do you mean dump? You're not shit. Nobody dumps nobody. It just doesn't work out. People have different understanding, different level of interest, different level of consciousness. They were not compatible. That's it. There's no about this. Don't talk to yourself. Don't talk down to yourselves. I feel so strange and uncomfortable with all other people. No, you shouldn't, because you have created this condition yourself that you're not good enough. That's nonsense. That's bullshit. As I mentioned before, you know, a bolt and a nut, they don't fit each other. That means they don't fit. That's all. Otherwise, the bolt is great, the nut is great because they fit another bolt and nut that fits them. Then they're perfect. Then suddenly that which was looked upon as not good enough, the bolt is fitting that other nut. And then suddenly it's perfect. So what happened? It's because it's not fitting as found its match. But there was nothing wrong with it when it wasn't matching the other bolt and nut. So it's all about finding the match to see how wonderful you are. Not that if it doesn't match, then consider yourself, oh, I'm not good enough. It's hard to talk to other people. I don't feel good about myself. Why? You're the bolt, she was the nut, it wasn't fitting. Another nut for you, will be perfect. It makes you look perfect. And another bolt for this one maybe look perfect as well. So it's just about fitting and matching, not about, you know, not being good enough. Nonsense. Yeah, okay. No, that's bullshit. Move on. Move on and watch those videos that I have, and you'll be perfectly fine if you really realize what's happening. It's all perception of yours about you, not the reality and actuality of you. It's just the way you're looking at it. Don't let the behavior of the others be a suggestion to the quality of you and who you are and your personality. It's their suggestion. It's their shortcomings. It's their inability to match with you. It's their differences. But that is not a reflection on your quality and who you are. It's just explaining, describing who they are and what this relationship can or cannot work on, which basis, on the differences. That's all. Differences. Otherwise, nothing is better or worse because this person doesn't accept or doesn't want to. Why? There could be some beautiful women out there that you may look, or I or anybody else, and say, oh shit, I don't want to have anything to do with her. What happened? Did she lose beauty? No, she didn't. And she was beautiful, so how come then she's not good enough? Well, because it's not about the beauty. It's about matching. The resonance and the activities of her mind and experiences and consciousness level was not satisfactory to your standard or to mine or to somebody else's. It's not just because if the girl doesn't choose you, there's something wrong with you. It just means it doesn't work on the mental level. That's all. It always comes down to that. So you have to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. Go on, find your own match. Build your own life. All right. Otis says, just want to thank you for your videos. They helped me a while ago and now I'm doing great. Good to hear that, Otis. I appreciate the kind words and glad and delighted to hear this. Well, on that note, we have answered everything, all the questions that we had here. I thank you very much for giving me time to spend with you and share with you a few thoughts. I love you all and hope that you will take good care of yourself and to the others. And in the meantime, build your lives, never give up, be positive, happy, love yourself, and understand what your psyche is all about, to know yourself better, therefore deal and negotiate your daily life in the best way possible. I'll talk to you soon. Be good to yourself, to the others. Bye for now.